What's up, dum-dums? Hello and welcome to a late night episode of Banter Blitz. It is past midnight in our studio in Hamburg, Germany. I've been sitting here for a while because I just finished commentating the last round and the last day of the St. Louis Rapid and Blitz tournament. Congratulations to the winner, Levon Aronian. Dominating performance. Scored 24.5 out of 36 and finished 3 points ahead of, I can't remember a single thing, of Hikaru Nakamura and Sergei Karyakin. Both are very decent tournaments as well, of course. That was exciting. Garry Kasparov, big comeback. Struggled the first 3 days, even though chess-wise you could always tell. The first 4 days, we could say, chess-wise you could always tell. He's well prepared in the openings. He's still capable of outplaying the best players in the world. But he did not manage to always get the job done on the last day. However, Garry scored +2, 5.5 out of 9. See, I've been speaking German all day. I don't know the word for 9 in English anymore. It's probably 9. Anyway, was exciting to watch. Thanks to the Grand Chess Tour for giving us all these live pictures of Garry making faces at people, saying, Navarra, come on, accept a draw. Was a lot of fun. But we are here, of course, to crush you all. To play Banter Blitz, the good old Banter Blitz. I'm not sure how long I'll last since I'm very tired, but we'll play an hour for sure. So if you are a Chess24 Premium member, challenge me to a game of 5 minutes chess, and I might accept your challenge. And then we might have a lovely time talking about it, and hopefully I will win. I see I have a few challenges here by non-premiums. I'm not allowed to accept those. My apologies. Let's find somebody who is a premium member. Let's start with Mr. Fabwood 97. I've been told I should stop speculating about what these numbers mean, because we have no way to tell. He could have been born in 97, or he could have anticipated that I would play him next show, which would have been Banter Blitz number 97, but no such luck. This is show number 96, Mr. Fabwood 97. Fabwood could stand for his first and last name. Maybe he's called Fabian Wutke. He's from Austria and he plays the move A3, preparing to go B4. But I will not have it, sir. You shall not pass. G3, E5. Now we're playing some sort of reverse. What do we call this? I don't know the names of openings. Reverse Benoni. It's not really a Benoni because I haven't played C5. Some sort of thing. In general, I like black here because black has a space advantage, which you don't get in a lot of openings, and there's a lot of easy moves to make. While for white, it's not that obvious where the plan is. Do you want to go E3? He does want to play E3. And I could react in one of two ways. I could take and then play bishop F5, which I will do. Or I could play bishop F5 immediately. And now I'm actually having second thoughts about bishop F5 because of knight takes E5. But, see, I'm still all amped up because of all the commentary. I thought knight E5 I had rook takes E5. He plays knight E4, but that means that he's going to have to live with these not very pretty double pawns in the center. Oh, I forgot to check. Chat people, are you there? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Does look like it. Reverse Schmidt-Benoni is what Houdini tells me our opening is called. That sounds accurate and smart. My queen is under attack, so I better move it. What do I want to do? Breathe, maybe? Breathe in, breathe out. Big champion of chess, Fabwood, is playing much stronger. First of all, than I had anticipated, and secondly, also much stronger than his 1800 server rating, I would say at least. So I better be careful that he does not do bad things to me. At least I've been slow. This knight is slightly annoying me, so I'm gonna have to think about ways to get rid of it. But bishop h3, very strong once again. Don't play too strongly. Fabwood, I'm gonna start complaining. Not sure if I can do this, but I got scared. King G2, yeah, he keeps playing extremely well. This was not the maneuver I dreamt of when I was a little kid on the very mean streets of suburban Hamburg, Germany, dreaming of becoming a bad chess player. I did not think that Fabwood 97 would just completely crush me, but that is what has been happening so far. How can I get out of this predicament? This move maybe? '97 was kind of dumb. Rook D1, yeah. I have to go back. But what can you do? Learning by doing. It's never how I played chess. I need some sort of plan. Currently I want to go knight c7, knight e6, knight g5. I'm not sure I will be able to see this maneuver through, but at least that is the plan. It's probably going to stop me from going all the way, as they often do, by playing h4. But now I can go back to plan B. Take a pawn. Take a juicy little pawn. Still in a bit of a grip here. So what do I do? Why do I get crushed like this? Why are you doing this to me, Fabwood? Do you not feel guilty at all about hurting my feelings in the very first game we're playing today? Time to speed up as well. Ugh. Speed up mode activated. Aye. Very good game by Fabwood, who outplayed me for big stretches of the game. But I won, so I'm happy. I'm a bit of a simpleton like that. I win, I'm happy. I don't win, I'm not happy. Let's play another game. I'm sure that's how Kasparov's feeling right now. Why is the tournament over? Let's play another game now that I'm playing well. Well, as for me, I don't feel that now that I'm playing well part, but I do feel the let's play another game part. A lot of new faces here, that's good to see. And I shall crush all of you if we don't get it done today. We'll get it done another day. We do plenty of these Banter Blitzes. I've been commentating the St. Louis and the Sinkfield Cup thing in German the last couple of days, so we haven't been doing as many. But now we're back, and Magna leader Maxie, MLM, is going for 1 e4, which shall be met by the Caro-Kann. What do I do against this line? Bishop d3, c3, very trendy currently, because of the efforts of the likes of Vladimir Kramnik, for example. Queen c7 has the point of not allowing white to go bishop f4, which typically is part of the plan. After knight f3 I can pin him. I kind of like the move bishop g5. Going for this square, but it still looks like I develop my pieces quite comfortably. h3 I'm not so sure about, because now the bishop can no longer go to g3. Like if I go h6, bishop h4 is not really an option anymore. Because bishop h4, g5, and at least bishop g3 would be a pawn sacrifice. Therefore the bishop goes to e3, but that's a more passive square after knight f6. I think I'm alright, even though you could also make the argument that I have the same problem now that I played h6, that g4 will be kind of awkward to me. Still, g4, bishop g6. Both sides would weaken their pawn structures, but I have a feeling that's quite doable for me. And here it is high time to change the situation. Go for e5. Typical idea, whenever the white bishop is on d3 in these positions, d knight e5, bishop e2 is more or less forced, and then the knight jumps to c4, and I gain a bunch of tempi, or the two bishops, should white decide to take him. He does not. Knight d4, do I want to exchange pieces? Not really. I also don't want knight b5. Tough choices. I was going to go bishop g6, but frankly, I had not seen that he could go knight b5, so I have to change my plan. And exchange a bunch of pieces, which I'm not too thrilled about. I'm still doing alright. I do have the isolated pawn, but my pieces are very active, and white is a bit behind in development. You probably want to go bishop e3, but then there's some options. Queen b6, targeting b2, maybe bishop c5 to take on d4 one of those days. Bishop f4 could be a move. Some options. He does go bishop e3. What do I do? Bishop c5 feels a bit meh. Queen b6. Let's find out what happens. Everybody's playing so well. I have a feeling a bunch of these guys are probably new on the site, have not played a lot of games yet, which means 1600 might not be representative of the real strength of Magna leader Maxie. He might be 1605. Actually, knight takes d5, did I blunder? I don't like to blunder normally. Maybe knight takes d5 worked here. Not sure. Now the position is kind of equal. The weaknesses on d5, e3 more or less cancel each other out. You c4 trying to undermine me. And who can blame him? My point is that if queen c4, I'm going to take on e3. Therefore, bc4 appears to be more or less forced. And then he did hurt his pawn structure. He doesn't want to do that. And he gives me the e3 pawn, which of course I will gladly accept as a token of his appreciation. Now there's some troubles looming on this diagonal, and king h1 doesn't really, well, does solve the troubles on the diagonal, but does lose a piece. Therefore, the game is over after queen takes d4, and Magma leader Maxie does resign. Played a good game, just here. Starting with c4, he ran into a bunch of trouble here. Do we have anybody else? Is there anybody out there? Let us play against Klosterfrau. Klosterfrau Melissengeist. I'm more of a d4, c4 player, but I am trying. I have this little side quest of becoming a self-taught Mora Gambit expert. I don't know a lot of theory in the Mora Gambit, but I've started playing it in Banter Blitz, and it's actually a more interesting opening than I thought. I still would not play it in real games, I don't think. White has, well, maybe has full compensation, but he's not better after d takes c3. And black can decline it by going c3, knight f6, which is another reason I'm not too happy with it. Having said all these things, I'm planning to play a lot of Mora Gambit in all my Banter Blitz games. Maybe I should read a book on it one day, but not yet. As for what he did, knight c6, d6, is sort of, allowing me to gain my pawn back and develop comfortably. So this is a bit of a dream scenario. Now I have the center, and I did not have to pay the price in form of a pawn. And who doesn't want that? Have your cake and eat it too. Castle is of course a more normal move. But I'm anticipating that black will castle and I want to start attacking very quickly by going e5. Maybe putting my queen on e4, pushing my h-pawn. You know, all the good stuff. Knight g4. First of all, I have bishop h7, just so you know, Klosterfrau. Secondly, I have queen e4, and f5, ef, knight f6, no, it's not that convincing, so I'll take. My point is that after king h7, I go queen e4 check, and then if he plays f5, I have e takes f6 with a discover check, therefore I can still take this. One thing you should never do, if your pawn does bishop h7, you should never think and then play king h8. Just take the bishop and then think, because if you can't take it, you're in huge trouble anyway. Just as huge as I am trying to pronounce the word huge. Therefore, just take it and then think. Granted, this position is not great, but king h8, bishop somewhere would have been worse. So now black should probably play f5 to hang around. Queen d3, also a good move. Did not see that actually. Yeah, that's better than f5. Okay, I should develop. And what's better than developing by threatening checkmate? I want to prepare rook d1. With queen g6 he can force me to exchange queens, but I've seen worse endgames. I would take and go somewhere with my bishop. Pawn up and a crippled black structure should be pretty good for me. Where to go? Bishop g5 gives the pawn back. Don't want that. Some caution is still required because of the black bishop pair. And here's some nice squares for his pieces too. Rook can go to f5, the pawn could go g5, g4 maybe. Therefore, far from over, but still a decent start. Klosterfrau in the tank here. Whoa, rook f3, so aggressive. Not sure I like that decision, it's a full exchange. And black's position doesn't really feel active enough to justify that kind of aggression. But still, shout out to Klosterfrau for making it a fight. Knight takes f3, grabs another pawn, and I need to find some way into the black camp. Not that easy. Horsey maybe? Has to go b6. I don't see a refutation of b6, but I didn't see what else to do either. a6 would be a mistake, knight c7. But b6 I could not quite crack. Mr. Me6. Yeah, I'm still not sure what I'm going to do after b6. Klosterfrau, making me work. So hard. I'm not happy. Well, that's a general statement, but I'm also not happy with the way this game went. Should be 7. He's smelling it. He's smelling the Grandmaster's scalp. Grandmaster with the weak king. Grandmaster that normally is over eager to take pawns. This is not an exception. e4. Fortunately, I have bishop takes b8. So he has to give a check first. Now my king can hopefully hide in the corner. Big fight here by Klosterfrau. So I've been watching the world's best players play Blitz all day. I'm not sure what effect that's going to have on my chess. You would think that it helps it, but maybe just wore me out. I'm not sure. check. I'll go away. And I do believe that the worst is over. Rook c6. Where do I go? Here maybe? Rook c6 actually. Another resourceful little move that I had not seen coming. Gustafsson fighting very, very well. Lefty John saying it helps this pool game when I watch top players live. So I should probably hope there's good long-term effects. But short-term, being kind of crushed here by Gustafsson from a very, very good position I had out of the opening. Therefore, I have my doubts about the short-term benefits. But instead of whining, I should probably try to not get mated. Rook c2, bishop b2 was dangerous. I'm guessing he's going to take now and then play rook c2, which is also worrying. I can still defend b2 by going rook to b5. But yeah, this rook on h1 has not been a happy camper for a while. Let's hope he still gets his 15 minutes of fame in this game. Bishop d4 is fortunately not a move, because I have bishop e7 check. Same applies for bishop e5. Yeah, that's a pity for Gustafsson, who had outplayed me for, once again, big part of the game. But as always, if you make the last blunder, you will normally lose. And here, yeah, rook is a rook. Thanks for the game, Gustafsson. Clash C Rocker is wondering if I have seen Ozark. I have watched Ozark. Yeah, it was pretty good. Like, it's a bit dumb, but very entertaining and watchable. And I enjoy watching Jason Bateman and pretending it's Michael Bluth, just Michael Bluth gone bad. So yeah, I had fun watching Ozark. Let us play the champ. The champ is here. What can I do? What is this time control? What are we playing? It's not 5-0. Was it 4-0? Is there increment? Increment, one of the worst words the English language has to offer, because it sort of makes it much harder to get one of the best words in. Flagging. I think it's 4-2. Didn't see that. But what can you do? We are playing the Scottish opening. The Scotch opening. After knight d5, c4 is the main line. Knight d2 is a move. We'll see what champ has up his sleeve here. Not sure what I'll do. I played many games with black here. Never been a big champion of it with white, mainly because I'm not an e4 player. But I also always felt that black is so active in these positions after bishop a6 that they are hard to play full time. f6 is an interesting move. I think g6 is the main line. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do after f6, to be perfectly honest with you. Take? Not sure, I guess take and then go for some endgame. In general, in the Scotch, you're trying to survive the opening with white, as strange as it sounds, because you have the long-term better structure. Therefore, all kinds of end games white is normally happy with because of the crippled black structure. While if black manages to develop so much activity before we get there, it's one of these rare openings where you can easily just resign is maybe strong, but just have a very bad position with white after just a couple moves. I'm not 100% sure about my move bishop b2. I was thinking about dc4, and if I go knight c4, then some queen e2 followed by bishop b4 check. Yeah, it's still the situation I was talking about. My structure is good, but I'm gonna have to get my pieces out without inflicting any long-term damage. I guess I should take and then castle. Ooh, even though castle there's some knight g4s. Ooh. Yeah, I'm never gonna become a full-time Scotsman. That much we've established. Should be 2 maybe? Should be 4. All of this is very clumsy. You can tell my spider sense is not very well developed here. The rook h8, yeah. Champ is outplaying me. I have to castle queenside, I guess, because castle kingside, bishop b4 is annoying. So I have to go here and hope that there's no direct shots against my setup. At least knight g4 is no longer possible. Bishop f3, bishop c5. Black looks fine to me even here. It's very upsetting. What to do? Make some moves. Look, f1 is really not the move I'm dreaming of making, but after bishop c5 I don't really see how else I can keep my f2 pawn. Plays bishop c5, as you do. Rook f1 is a bit too sad even for me. Nah, go ahead. Do your worst. Take my pawn. My very vague point was that maybe I can regain my pawn after rook e8 if rook takes e8, bishop f6 followed by cd, and knight takes e8. I didn't really think through. I was hoping that I had some tricks connected to something. Knight e4 or cd followed by knight e4. I have to calculate a bit. Knight e4, he's going to go bishop e3 check. That won't help me all that much. But in general, yeah, being outclassed again. Same old story. So knight e4, what happens? Bishop e3 check, king somewhere. d4 doesn't work yet. dc4, rook d8, ef. I don't know what I'm doing here. Trying to figure out what happens after de4, rook d8, ef3. When rook e8, fg2 looks like bad news, so I will probably have to recapture. And I am not very confident about my chances there, even though the position might not be completely clear, because this bishop on a6 is sort of a zombie. Therefore, yeah, I was hoping that would give me some chances. But you might have heard it from my overall tone. I'm not all that thrilled by how this game is going. Knight c3 or knight g3, where do I go? Here maybe? Weird move, but I want some tricks connected to dc4, bishop g4 check, and I thought knight g3 might be the best square than knight c3, where he blocks my bishop. Oof, another tough fight on my hands here. But now I have a feeling I'm sort of back in business, because knight f5 is a bit awkward for him to meet. So yeah, I guess I'm okay now. Not sure if better, but okay at least. Bishop b6, what do I do about that? Could go knight e7 check, try to win this pawn, or I could just take on g7. Choices. I'll take. Now I'm a bit better because, yeah, as I said, if you survive the opening in the Scotch, not only these endgames are good for you, unless you blunder a pawn like I did initially, but I got it back, and now the black pawn formation is a little weakened. The bishop on b7 has seen better days. So yeah, this is sort of the outcome you're hoping for when you play this opening, which I don't think is a ringing endorsement, because you really must suffer a lot, both mentally and positionally, on the way to these good endgames, which you're not guaranteed to get, of course. Thinking phase. Probably I should centralize my king. Champ, another very strong player. Why is everybody so strong? Can you guys honestly tell me why you're all so strong? It does upset me. I want to go h4 first, but then h5. I wasn't sure how to react to that. Bishop e1, very deep. Wants to stop me from going h4, and who can blame him? I'm guessing bishop h4. Now he goes. Are we playing the endgame? That looks very, very bad for black to me, because I have this 2 against 1 on the king side, while his majority is not really doing anything on the queen side. My pawn on c4 is stopping it single-handedly. So yeah, this should just be winning for white. Even with my infamous endgame technique, I have a feeling this should just win, because black is also stuck defending the c5 pawn. You can't go king e5 here. Therefore, yeah, I can just go king e4. Then, I don't know, somehow start marching on the king side. We'll find out, but it looks winning to me, as I've mentioned plenty. My plan is to go h5, then put my bishop somewhere where I like it. a5 I should also fix by going a4, which will make bishop d2. Even more powerful once it comes, because the a5 pawn will be hanging. Yeah, it's just a hopeless position for black. So Champ gave me a healthy scare, but in the end. The axis of evil should score another victory. And Champ resigns here. The g-pawn would move up the board and either distract the black king so my king can eat the rest of the queen side. Or queen, therefore, yeah. No reason to continue playing. Thanks for the game, Mr. Champ. Okay, let's play Stolley. 2-5-44, getting stronger and stronger. So, Stolley, it says opponent disconnected. Oh no, there he is. There, he's back. Back again. And we're playing the Queen's Gambit Accepted. Interesting. Inspired by Mr. Fabiano Caruana, who's been championing it recently. b3 is the trendy move. Does not look like the most exciting move in the whole wide world, I have to admit. But white is slightly better in these positions. Plans to go a4, provoke a weakening of the black queen side. After b4, and then, yeah, as I said. It's not all that much, but it's slightly better for white. Which is the best you can hope for in most of these lines. Queen b6, I'm not sure about. It looks risky to me, but I'm not sure what the precise way to handle my business here is. Knight c3 first, or rook a8 first. Knight c3, rook a1, queen a1, bishop c6, and I might have some use for the queen. I'm not sure at all about knight c3. Rook a8 feels a bit more standard, and then I also had knight a3 instead of knight c3. It does feel like I should target the pawn on b5 very quickly. Therefore, yeah, one of those, not sure. I'm not sure what happens after rook a1, queen a1, b4. I would have to go knight to a4, queen somewhere, then maybe rook c1. Maybe I'm keeping some pressure. We will find out. Only playing against Germans, that's what I'm reading in the chat. I've paid zero attention to the flex. So it's certainly not that I'm prioritizing Germans, but is that true? I have zero idea. This guy is German, since now we see another flag. Not the plan. CD, knight takes or knight b5? Knight d4 looks more logical. He has to go b4. And here, if black manages to go bishop e7 short castles, he's going to be fine. So I better hurry up trying to generate some sort of initiative. Not completely trivial how to do it, actually. At least to me it's not. Queen a5. Yeah, I don't see a whole lot of tricks. Should b5. c1 is the most natural move. But then bishop e7. It's not like I achieved a whole lot. I'll probably have to settle for something like bishop e7, knight c6. So yeah, bishop d6. Bishop d6 is a bit more aggressive. No, knight b5 looks kind of tempting. Bishop b8, or what do you want to do then, Mr. Stolley? Bishop, knight b8, bishop f6, knight f6, knight c5. Sorry for talking to myself, but I'm trying to calculate a little bit. I wish I could turn back time. Impossible this thing may seem, but I wish I could so bad. Will I get any smarter by sitting here in an awkward angle staring at the position? The answer is hopefully. Alright, so knight c6 is an option, but then some aggressive queen move bothers me. Knight b5 is what I'm trying to work out. Can't really do it, so I will do the usual, just play it and see what happens. But I'm not sure at all. I hate giving this bishop, but I need to keep the momentum going. I'm just hoping to find a good move. After knight takes f6, I have not found it yet. I was earlier talking about knight c5 then, but then, yeah, queen a1, nothing special. gf6 I'm happy to see, because now it's easier to keep, hopefully, some pressure. Queen d4, stopping short castles, threatening some. Knight d6 check maybe. Bishop d5, bishop c4. Yeah, I think gf6 was probably a mistake. g8, alright. That much we can parry. Still a sharp position, but I like my chances now. Because of the very centralized black king. Knight e5, maybe knight d6. Maybe something else. c5 also comes into consideration. I've been preaching that the key to playing Blitz well is to just make moves, not overthink stuff. But here I am, tanking. Is tanking the word? In the tank? Such a weird looking move. I will regret this the second I make it, I'm sure. But I did make it. It is a very weird looking move. Better make it work. I'm not even sure if it's threatening anything. Yeah, I am regretting it. Maybe knight c7 is a threat. Honestly, I don't know. Knight d6. Very sharp position. Queen a2 is what I'm curious about. And not the good curious. It's the scared curious. Bishop a7, can you do that? Maybe we can do that, but it looks awkward. Take. Now bishop b5 check looks very close to winning already. The king runs away via f8. Let's move a little closer then. Just trying to keep the king in the center. Now bishop b5 is a bit of a threat, and hopefully so is rook c7. Even though I have to be careful not to run into some countermates. Let's say queen a5, rook c7, queen a1 would be most unfortunate. But queen a5, I probably have queen b8 check. Stolley is looking for a solution here. I don't see it, I think. Yeah, he's probably lost. Because bishop b5 is too strong a threat and this king is just too weak. All my pieces are good. That would not be the first time I missed the defense. But yeah, I can't see anything. Knight f3 I would take. Goes bishop c6. I believe I can just take that as well. Queen a1 check, king g2. See, and let's be hopefully precise with this move. Queen b6 doesn't work because of bishop c6, so queen e7, but then bishop takes c6, king f8, knight d7 appear to pick up material. This is hopefully checkmate. Thanks for the game, Mr. Stolley. Let's play a non-German. Oh. I was gonna click on somebody, but then I saw he's German again. So hard to not find a German. It's like Mallorca holidays all over again. Then again, I just did the German show where I urged people to come here. So it's not all that surprising. Captain Haddock 71. Qualifies the not my compatriot criterion. We will play the very soft opening called the very soft, which Levon Aronian just played, winning a key game against Li Kuang Liam. Not so much in the opening, later in the time scramble, but Captain Haddock prefers to transpose to the good old French, where f4 is the main move, but I like fighting for the d4 square, and therefore going for the passive looking knight c2 in order to prepare c3. Not sure. Normally they throw in f4 before going knight to f3. Well, once again, I like doing this. And also, do not take my advice on the French opening, because I do not play a lot of 1e4. I'm not highly qualified to speak on it. Now, I do know that he can't take on d4 because I would win his queen with bishop take. My apologies, with bishop takes h7 in the not so distant future. So f6 looks like the most normal move to me. Trying to undermine my center before I get all my pieces going. I have not decided what to do against it yet. Probably I would just castle and hope that after f, e, d, e, knight e5, knight e5, knight e5. Nah, okay, I won't bore you with more details in that line. He goes a5, which is a valid strategic idea to go a4, knight a5, I guess, but it feels a bit slow. It allows me to get my pieces going. My immediate plans for the future include something like... okay, no longer relevant. Now he goes f6. Fair enough. Still not sure what to do about it. Guess I could take... After bishop f6 I might have to part ways with my b2 pawn, which is of course very sad. And actually, now that I did it, I'm not quite sure why I did it really. I'll fish for some play, but it's not as great as I thought from a distance. Just queen b2. Yeah. Queen a4 is knight b6. So yeah, this was not genius. Captain Haddock playing very well. Everybody's playing so well. Everybody always wants to crush me. Hurt my little feelings. Knight h5, I'm not even sure I want to take on f6. Probably I do. I do have, whatever they call this thing, positional compensation. But you know how I feel about compensation. First of all, I'm not sure if it's a sharp S or a soft S. Secondly, I feel like it comes and goes, while pawns, they normally last. So it's a slippery slope with the compensation for the pawn thingy. Sounds like the chat is being very polite. They all say hi to each other. Hi everybody. Once again, it's a lot like the Brady Bunch. Or is it the Waltons? I normally mix up the Waltons and the Brady Bunch. I don't know what I'm doing here. I'll just hope that I have enough play to compensate for my missing b-pawn. Even though, frankly, my missing b-pawn is not gonna become a factor anytime soon. Can you do that? I thought this was a double attack. Attacking the queen and the knight. If you go d4, I will revisit this topic, which we've already seen. With bishop takes d4, you can't go queen d4 because of bishop h7. He goes queen d8, but now I'm piece up, which is nice. But I'm not above being a rook up instead of a piece up. First of all, because I still have this long-term big book project. How to win a game of chess when you have an extra rook, which I feel there's a lot of demand for that, and it is missing. I have not seen the definite work on positions. A rook up, where it mentions you can use one of your rooks to put it on the 7th and the other rook to defend your own king, while your opponent will only have one of these choices. Since he only has one rook, he can use it actively on b2 or passively on f8. It will be very, very awkward for him trying to do both. Therefore, one way to use your extra rook is to use one for the attack and the other for defense. It's probably not the best way. It's probably better to use both of them for the attack, because then you can crush your opponent's defenses more easily than if you only use one rook in the attack. But you do have that option, and Captain Haddock, of course, understands the power of the extra rook, and therefore he resigns. I understand the power of a good hair day, and therefore I should probably take a break. But I'm not going to be able to do it. I must crush more people, and I have so little time left. Let us play against Rospilash, for bungling that name in a probably horrible fashion. He goes for the Caro-Kann because he can, and I will play my favorite setup with knight to f3 followed by knight to c3. When people for some reason are very happy doing this, but white has the two bishops, and two bishops are not as big an advantage as an extra rook, at least last time I checked, but they're still something, they're not nothing. Therefore, I've always been mildly surprised that black is so happy going for this, even though I'm not going to claim it's easy to gain an advantage here or anything. I don't have any big ambitions here. I just want to bring the pieces out, keep my two bishops on the board, and hopefully use them later to open the position and cash in on my unopposed light square bishop on the long diagonal, being superior to a black knight. Having said all that, black of course has a super solid setup here with where he can place his pawns on the color, on the light squares, and then patrol the dark squares with his remaining bishop. So it's generally very, very tough to break through in such a position. But you can't blame a guy for trying. Sometimes I do though. He goes rook d8. Does he want to play c5? I guess I'm happy to see c5. cc5. Sounds like cc top. Because it makes my bishop's diagonal longer. I play something like queen c4 or queen b5 and argue. Now, my bishop is the proudest piece on the board. Ross Pillage is not impressed by my tough talking about the bishop and goes for c5 anyway. I'm slightly worried that I'll blunder my queen in some awkward fashion, like knight d5, c4, a6, queen a4. Not the prettiest square for the queen. So probably knight d5. I'd have to go dc. Yeah, I'm not a fan of his c5 move. I would have played something like a5 maybe, and then if c4, a4. Well, if I went a4 to block that, it would be much harder for me to make progress after knight d5. So yeah, knight d5. What did I say I wanted to take here? Still not clear if I've achieved all that much. But I can at least try to keep a straight face and pretend that I did. Let's try not to blunder any pieces yet again. Barely managing not to blunder anything. Gotta be very careful. Black, now that his bishop on c5 has a lot of attacking potential. This queen g3 is looming. He goes knight b6. That feels less threatening. He was worried about keeping his b7 pawn. Which is fair enough, but it feels like this knight deserved a better career. Like knight f4, knight takes h3. Not just standing there covering the b7 pawn. And now we see why, yeah. It's nice to have an unopposed bishop. This b7 pawn is just very hard to keep. It's a very tough position for black all of a sudden. a6, I can go here. He has to take. Then b7 will be hanging. Bishop c7 will be a threat. It's already more or less hopeless. Sometimes, yeah, these things can turn fast. Bishops, baby. I'm aware I'm probably the stronger player, and therefore it's a bit easier to argue my bishop's narrative, while the position wasn't very clear along the way. But there is upside sometimes. Run, Caesar. Knight d5 I can just take and then go c6, therefore knight d7 is the last chance. But here I thought bishop d6 followed by c6 was also ending the game. Let's go home. Sorry, Rosby, there is no defense. Probably knight f6 and turning c6. Knight e8 is the most resilient, but it will not change the outcome. f5 makes it easier for me, because this pawn will just pick up a piece. In this position, I am a healthy favorite. Ross Pillage does resign. Thank you for the game. Let's play two more, because I'm feeling kind of awake still. Let's find some guy I've never played. Mr. Super Atomico. Super Atomico has some, what is that? Dragon Ball Z? It's Son Goku as a Super Saiyan. I'm not a nerd, so I wouldn't know these things. But yeah, it is Son Goku as a Super Saiyan, is it not? Or is that Vegeta? I know way more than I should know about Dragon Ball Z, but I blame my Spanish friend, Paco Vallejo, who once stayed at my place and decided to watch like 10 seasons of Dragon Ball Z. Not just in Spanish, but in Latino. In, I don't know. Yeah, slightly different version of Spanish than the one I'm used to. They said a lot of no tiene caso. So, yeah, I got a healthy Dragon Ball Z education there. Alright, well, let's play Panurge 2582 from the United Kingdom. Are you there, Panurge? If you're not there either, I'm gonna have to cry myself to sleep. C4, let's follow recent trends. And play like them dudes have been playing after G3. He goes E3, which has always been around, but always been more of a sideline to G3, E3. I think I'm supposed to take here, but I never liked it. The strong players, they go bishop takes C3, queen C3, queen E7 in this position. But it's a bit weird. So I'll go for this, which is, I think, considered to be worse theoretically. But it's slightly less weird looking. Queen F5 is a move here. Knight G5, is that a move too? I guess I should go G6 to avoid instant getting checkmated. Or can I get away with H6? Now I'm mildly curious. Probably not worth spending too much time on H6. Knight F6, Queen F6, Queen H7, King F8. Who knows? I'll play G6. Maybe H6 was possible. G6, H4 looks like one of those which Panurge has already played thousands of times in all of his Blitz games. I'm not familiar with this, but I do know that it is harder to get checkmated if you have a fianchetto bishop. Therefore, bring the boy back home. And also, maybe I'm intending to take on D5 and go knight B4. Not sure about that yet. Knight D5, CD, knight B4, queen B3. Do I gain anything? Probably not. I'll just make moves. For the time being, let's just make moves. H5 is not yet a threat because of knight D5 followed by queen G5. So he goes G4. That's a bit... I don't know what to think about that. What's your idea, Mr. Panurge? Kind of tempting to do something wild already, but nah. Not in time to do anything all that crazy. Maybe I should get out. I don't like this move anymore. I just spotted that after knight e4, knight c3, knight d5. Point is misplaced on e7. So yeah, not that thrilled about this move anymore. My point was that I want to go knight e4, f5 maybe, but I have my doubts. Maybe queen d8 back was a better move, preparing d5. Yeah, queen d8 looks much better now that I think about it. Still, here we are. Back again. Shady's back. Tell a friend. You can't expect me to make any sense anymore after all the Blitz commentary today. But it's still fun to play a little friendly Blitz game. c5? Should I be afraid of c5? Probably not. d5. Guess who's back? b3 would be a typical sort of way to develop the pieces, intending to go bishop b2, long castles. Then I would have to think about what to do. Same old, same old. Maybe, but probably not. Maybe e4 is an option after b3. We'll think about it when we get there. When we ever get there. Use d3. Fair enough. Yeah, queen e7 was such a weird move. I don't know what to do. I don't think I'm in trouble or anything. I'm just upset about my general lack of ideas. Knight d4 I can't do, right? ed, ed, long castles, queen e2, rook e1. And I lose material, which would be very sad too. So let's make some half-baked move like a5. Maybe stopping b4, maybe preparing knight b4, maybe preparing a4. Mainly meeting the requirement that you have to make a move when it's your turn. Long castles, I guess I should keep pushing this dude up the board. Should c3. Can't. See, I was going to go knight b4, forgetting that I had just played a4. Therefore, my knight on b4 no longer has any shelter. But I changed my mind. Yay me. Let's try to find a bit of action at least. d5, cd, knight b4. See where that takes us. If he takes, it's possibly possible, but at least I can dream of opening up my monster bishop and do bad things to him. Even though I have a feeling it will not be easy. It was never meant to be easy, baby. Should I provoke d6 or should I prevent d6? I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Do I have anything for the pawn I gave? Well, some tricks on the long diagonal, maybe. King b1. Yep, still not easy. Maybe I'll give some more pawns for some more tricks. Once again, don't really follow up after queen b5. Just hoping for good things to happen. But maybe something works. Queen b5, bishop a6, queen somewhere, e4. Oh, queen b5, e4 immediately. d4, bishop a6. Who knows? Might be some tricks. At least it gave Penurch something to think about. Which sometimes is half the battle. On the way to Flaxville. That's queen e4. He wants to trick me back by going d6. But I shall not allow that to happen. You might trick me once. You're not gonna trick me twice. The queen doesn't have a lot of squares. He was planning to remove his queen, but now he will realize the queen does not have a single square where it can be removed to. Therefore, all of a sudden, the white pieces are very clumsily placed. Ugh. Just as I was praising myself, I blundered d6, which I had just anticipated. Oh boy, that's pathetic. What can we do? Bishop e4, e7, bishop d3, I guess is the best chance. But yeah, that was not needed. I might still be okay, but it was a blunder. I could have just been lost. Looks like I'm still in the game. And that's mainly due to dumb luck. Can I go e4? I really want to. It's not checkmate on that. Not gonna be able to do it. It's all very upsetting. What's going on here? I am a pawn up, right? It's not like I'm in desperate need for anything. Penurch is a little low on time, so he had to speed up here. Yeah, I will win. Penarch resigned. Yeah, that was, I don't know, was an interesting game. I was very upset. And I smugly thought I tricked him after rook a8 and then missed d6. Maybe it's still a good move. But yeah, if you miss such a move, you can easily have to resign. Didn't happen though. Alright, last game for the day. Because it's very late and I need to go home. Let's play against Egaustad. E.g. AU state. I do not know. From Norway. Goes d4. I bring the horse out. And he goes c4. Has he studied Gary's games in the Nimzo? No. He goes for this position where, what do I do? Let's play the semi-Slav. Haven't done that for a while. This used to be my main opening like 10 years ago. But I've lost touch a little bit. Not completely, but a little bit with some of the sharp lines here. He goes e3. I will bring the horse. Queen c2. Always a main line. Now bishop d3 is what most people do. Or bishop e2. Big student of theory, Egaustad. dc, bishop c4. Let's play a6. b5 is more popular, and nowadays some people play the move e5 as well. In the very old days, a6 was considered to be a smart way to play, but it has been put under some pressure by some lines like rook to d1. How does this go? I don't know. Can I take? This looks logical to maybe gain half a tempo against Mr. Bishop. And I also need my pieces out, especially this bishop. So far, everything looks fairly logical. If I manage to finish development with bishop b7, I should be alright. So I'm expecting d5. Well, I'm not sure. I'll probably go e5, but I could think about knight c5, for example, as well. And if d6, knight takes b3, I would be in pretty good shape. Yeah, but I guess if d5, knight c5, then bishop g5 could be a bit of an issue. Knight b3, queen b3. All of a sudden, his pieces are quite active. Even that position looks alright, to be honest. It was h3, kind of slow. Now bishop b7, threatening bishop f3, so yeah. Queen e2 is logical, but still sort of slow. I should be doing fine now. Without you, baby. Not sure rook c8 is the most pedal to the metal thing I could do. But it looked logical enough. Here I can do this, for example. Threatening bishop f3. So, yeah, everything under control. I'm not sure if I'm better, but it looks like I already have a mild, at least moral initiative. And you always want to occupy the moral high ground in the semi-Slav. That is what it's all about. Bishop f6, alright. Still, d5 concerns me a little bit. Knight e5 doesn't concern me that much. Of course, I have to keep an eye on knight f7 trickery. But if I will, at least it keeps the position a lot more unbalanced, which should be good for my two bishops and, you know, all the good stuff. Rook e8 is a bit of a passive move, I have to admit. But, blah, blah, blah. Still happy. I want to put my queen here. I did announce that I gave proper notice, so you can't blame me for unpleasantly surprising you by putting my queen there. Knight d3 is annoying. That's too bad. Even though g6, let's say knight d3 can take the pawn. Let's find out. I have a feeling I've outplayed myself. Or, gotta give him credit. He's outplayed me. Nah, but I've mainly outplayed myself over the last couple moves. But I might still be doing fine. If knight d3, queen d4 works. If it doesn't, real big trouble. He goes bishop d3. Fair enough, targeting a6. Can I take? Queen d4. Ugh, so complicated. Bishop a6. Nah, probably not worth it. I don't want to go rook a8 or queen a5 or some uber passive move. I can't think of anything smart. Nope, that's not it. a5 is just a very ugly move to make. I'll do it, but I'll be very upset at myself. Nah, can't do it. Not gonna be able to do it. Ugh, another very ugly move. I panicked. Bishop d3, good move. Made me put my queen on this ridiculous square. This is a less ridiculous square. This much I had anticipated. Because I'm threatening checkmate. Drama, baby. I'm wondering if I should pre-move b5, because it feels like f3 is the only decent move he has. When b5 looks good. Queen g3 also looks good though. So yeah, I guess it's not really pre-move time. Queen f1 is legal. Still b5 maybe? Trying to grab a little space before I embark on my next adventure, whatever that may be. Still don't really see a way to get the job done. Maybe I need to activate this knight g3 or whatnot. Can I do this? Fj, bishop e3. It's not exactly winning. King h2. Oh, wait. Oh. Missed that. Oh boy. This is high level. Late night chess. Nah, I don't want to take that. So I'm going to have to regroup. Just playing like an idiot again. I really want to take. Is that bad? Is that a bad instinct to have? Maybe it is. There's some knight d6s. I really wanted it. Oh, yeah. Just sidestepping these knight d6 shenanigans. I guess at some point I should sidestep bishop moves shenanigans as well. But yeah, I will admit I have not been at my most decisive in this game. I'm mainly just retreating pieces somewhere. I want to jump here, just so you know. And plan B in all its beauty once again gets the job done. Good game, ego start. That brings me to the end of today's show. I hope you guys enjoyed not so much this Banter Blitz, but the whole night of chess we had on Chess 24 with the St. Louis Blitz. A strong performance by Garry Kasparov on the last day. I have a feeling we will probably see him again. This must have been too much fun, and he did very much restore his reputation on the last day, scoring this +2. So, yeah. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope that I got to crush you. I will be doing more Banter Blitzes, so stay tuned. Thank you guys for chiming in. Enjoy your night if you're from Europe, where it's really late. If you're from the USA, you're probably about to go for dinner, or I don't know what you crazy people are doing. But have a good night anyway. Bye.